Okay, this is my first recording on a bike ride, so it'd be interesting to see how it works and what it looks like. I'd set it up yesterday when I had it on how I wanted it to look, so I assume it's going to maintain that. I didn't check it again, so that'll be something new I'll get to learn. But I'm just going on a little journey right now, since it's just to see what it looks like as I travel, and if I get all this stuff down correctly, which, who knows? It's all new. Now in my case, I don't want to be going that fast. So, 10, 11 miles, 12 miles per hour is plenty. I have it on very low gear ratio right now so that I can travel up hills. So going down hills, I can't paddle fast enough, so I'll just be coasting. So the wind's blowing probably 5 to 7 miles per hour. So it'd be interesting to see how the sound works for that. Also, I'd like to find out if it's possible for me to eliminate the sound of the wind, like in the post-production stage. So we have a fairly decent hill here. So as soon as I get to the top of it, it'll be coasting the rest of the way. But in the meantime, I slow down to about 3 miles per hour to go up the hill. Now my knees are very painful doing this. Not used to it. And I'm hoping that traveling like this every day, I'll eventually get used to it. But I'm not right now. You can see I'm slightly winded, with just that little bit of uphill pedaling. But the good news is pretty much downhill the rest of the way. Hopefully I can capture the sky. There's not even clouds up there. All right, so that's a good, 3-minute trip? All right, now I got to go see how it all worked out. Or if it did. Hopefully this is recording now. I just started. This is the second test. I think the first test I did not have the wide angled on. So this one here, I'm hoping to have it. So see what it looks like. Hopefully something like this works. Otherwise I'm going to have to get, right now the angle is, because I'm bent over the bike a little bit, not straight, so it's a little bit downward direction because of that. So in order to try to get the camera so it's more angled forward, I'm probably going to have to stick something underneath the camera to force it up, since it won't naturally go there. Or maybe I need a different connection that has more bendability, but the one I get right now, this is as high up as it'll go. So this is just a block close to my house. And this hill, which is the biggest one in the neighborhood, when I go riding, I'll go straight across the road here, and that area doesn't have any tremendously large hills. They're much easier to navigate. But I tried to avoid going to the bottom of this hill because it's a long ride back up. So right now we'll drive down. I want to show you where we normally go and where I'll be going in the future. And we get a lot of wind here. Here we're traveling at a pretty good speed. Seriously, that's about as much speed as I want to get when I'm riding normally. I try to have the pedaling happening as I go up a hill. The whole area didn't have that many flat areas, so when I'm going up the hill, I like to go this speed. So I like to not get too much faster at any other point in time. And I enjoy looking around. So this was test 2. So later today, I'm getting the media mod to add to here, that if I need wind reduction, hopefully it will give it to me. Going the speed I'm going, maybe I don't need that much wind reduction, but I might, so we'll just see. All right, so that's the completion of my test 2. So we'll get on to test 3, which will be after reviewing this one to see how it looks. Okay, so I found a different connector. So I want to test this out, see if it has a little bit higher look. So this will be just a very quick test. I'll just go around this little island here. So I should be able to tell pretty quickly whether or not this is aiming in the right direction. Oh, somebody's leaving their house, so let me not go that way. Let me just do this much. And just take this across. One of the things I liked about mountain bikes, you just go across roads. Okay, believe this is our 4th test. So let's see how we go today. Video and maybe even sound. Now this has the wind screen on it, so I should have less wind noise. It has picking up only one microphone setting, which is hopefully the correct one, not one of the side ones. Those are currently covered up, so they would be very muffled. So I'm trying to figure out how I would rather have this set up. I think that is the correct method. So let's take a short trip, our normal testing route, and see how it works. Oh, the wind's not blowing that much right now. It looks like about, I don't know, it's not much. It's the only one I'm getting, I think I'm generating. So nice calm day, but I am getting wind now that I'm going faster. So kind of interested in how this is going to end up sounding and looking. I think this is the look I want. So we'll see if it is. So I'm just trying to get the overall neighborhood look to see if it actually sees enough of the neighborhood that people watching will actually be able to see stuff. Won't be able to see what I'm seeing since I can move my head and yeah, you can't move my body quite as much. This camera is on the body, so that's because I figured that's going to be the more stable location. I had thought about the head, but the way that you move your head around so much, that would probably be disconcerting. Not something people would want to watch for very long. So I got the stability on this time, so hopefully it'll seem stable. Now, one of the things I got last time was a lot of clicking noise. I don't know where that was coming from. I'm trying to listen for it myself, but I don't hear it. But I pick it up on the... But it gets picked up on the microphone, whatever it is. So I figure it's something on my bike, but I don't know what it is. Oh, the wind's going pretty good now. This is very strong wind. Yeah. Strong wind. All right. So I guess that's the way the wind was blowing directly into me. So now I guess it'll be a side wind. Don't notice it as much. So I can still feel it though. So now I'm getting wind from the coasting down the hill and wind from the actual wind. So we'll see how this ends up turning out. Hopefully this will be good. And this will be the final test. But it probably won't be. All right, I think I still got to do some things with the audio. The audio doesn't feel as if it's working totally correctly. Okay, this is my next idea. I think it's test number 5. So hopefully I can duplicate the settings for the video. And the next thing I want to duplicate is, or not duplicate, but to get right the first time, is the audio. And there's a lot of talking by critters. So I imagine this will be extremely loud. They were not yelling like this earlier today. But now we're getting close to evening. Or, yeah, very close, sun setting. So it'll be dark soon. So right now, it's still daylight. So we should be able to see everything well. But I'm mainly checking the voice. And a little bit of the alignment to see if I can duplicate the setup. I want it to kind of get a little bit of my hands. I'd like for it to get the sky too. Like right now there's a sunset. Hopefully you can see it. And this is a street we've been on several times already, so this is approximately the speed that I'm planning on traveling through this area, because I can go about this speed on flat ground or up hills. depending on the hill, of course, but for most hills around here. A problem that I had was the sound from the gravel that's on the road. Oh, there. Which is very loud. Geez, I was always so surprised how loud it is. Creates a little bit of a popping noise, so hopefully this here will keep the popping noise from happening. I'd also like to see if I can have a car go by that doesn't sound like a train. So far, if a car passes me, it's really, really loud. So I'm not sure how I would be able to travel down any road that has cars on it if they're going to be that loud. So I'm going to go down here to the road that normally has cars on it to see if I can see how loud they are. It's a bit of wind right now, and we got the cars making all sorts of racket. To my ears, the wind's louder, but probably on this microphone, the car is going to be a lot louder. Okay, I think I got enough different cars going by to kind of get the feel for what that's going to be like. Haven't been shifting gears because I've been keeping it in the same hill climbing side, since I'm mainly going up this hill and the one on the other side. Also, since I'm out of shape, I get a lot of breathing on the video, so it'd be nice if I could figure out a way to get rid of that. But I haven't figured it out without deteriorating the audio quality. Might need a different mic for that. This is with the media mod mic, what we're using on this test number 5. And when is on off, it's totally off. The last test it was on, but I'm trying it this time with it off since it has a windshield anyway on it. Okay, I just finished building putting together my e-bike, and now I want to take it on its maiden voyage. I have almost all the pieces put together. I still missing some. I have a couple screws that are not attached because the screw got misplaced in the shipment, and I'm still waiting to find replacement screws. These screws actually hold my display on, so my display is a little bit loose. All right, so let's just go and see what happens. All right, so we start off okay. I want to maintain a low beginning assist since I don't really know what's going on yet. This is the absolutely first time riding. Well, hello, turkey. There's a turkey out here. I knew I saw a big bird, just didn't think it was you. That's a buzzard, maybe? Yeah, I'm gonna go with buzzard. Could have been a turkey, but it's missing some of the things turkeys have. Now I assume that if I up this to assist 2, that I'll go faster? How does this stuff work? Whoa. If you throttle it, you go really fast. So I don't want to do that. Oh, maybe this. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, now I just need to make sure I stay on the road. All right. This is very easy at the moment, so let's head down this way. We're coasting downhill. One of the things that I had a little bit of a problem with is trying to decide what pressure my tires should be. They showed up at 3, and I figured 3 was way too low. So I upped them to 8. The back tire is like 12. The front tire is like 8. So yeah, I don't know. But I'm gonna go with that until I decide I don't want to go like that anymore. Yeah, I believe I got my seat too low. So I'll have to adjust that when I get back home. Yeah, my legs don't get extended when I go down. Yeah, I like the assist. It's just enough. So 2 is pretty good if you don't want to go too fast. I'm going 10 right now. Yeah, my overall goal, I think, is less than 15, somewhere between 10 and 15. Right now, I'm happy with 8 because I don't know what I'm doing. Figure I'll get a little bit faster as I figure out what I'm doing. But I don't know what I'm doing right this moment. Totally confused. Let's go up to 3. What happens then? Whoa. Something about the way it maybe I need to switch the what does this do? Alright, I don't like that. How do I get higher? Oh, okay, that does it. Aha! I learned something. I know it's not much, but you know, you gotta learn how to shift gears before. Okay, so I learned how to do brakes, I learned how to shift gears. Alright, I learned how to ride around in a circle. I don't know how to run stop signs, but I've learned how to do that on my bike a long time ago. Now I know that I have the rules that bicycles are supposed to stop for stop signs, but I very seldom see a bicycle stop for a stop sign. Unless you're going against a major road. Then you stop to make sure it's clear, but like in a neighborhood and stuff, I just never have stopped on a bike before. Okay, I guess for the first ride, this was pretty good. I kind of learned what all to do. Kind of learned. Oh, here's a car I need to slow down for. All right. Okay, I think I got this driving around bit somewhat. I still need to maybe shift when I did the stop. Oh, or maybe I could throttle, if that's a possibility. So anyway, that's it for my maiden voyage.